The Detroit Lions are currently 0-9-1, but they will not be going 0-16.5, and I'm gonna tell you why right after.
I gave you fair warning, beware. Smack him in the corner of the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. Smack him in the mouth. I gave you fair warning, beware. I'll smack him in the mouth.
What is up, everyone? It is Mike on the mic here on the Warzone Sports Network. As always, I appreciate you for tuning in. We're going to talk about which game the Lions are going to win the rest of the way. Now, I'm not going to give any hints until you hit the like button and you're subscribed to the channel. Then I'll let you know which team they're going to beat. All right? Did you do it? I appreciate that. Thank you. It helps out a ton in this algorithm that we're fighting against every day. If you're a Lions fan watching this, stick around. I'm going to tell you which team you're going to beat here in a second. If you're a Bears fan watching this video, turn it off quickly because the Detroit Lions are beating the Chicago Bears on Thursday.
What?
Yes, it's Thanksgiving, and we've seen a bunch of Thursday games not go in the favor of the team that will be favored to win. And then you pile on top of that the Bears are firing their head coach the second the clock's hit 0 in the fourth quarter. That can't be fun practice all week this week. And then you pile on top of that the Bears all year, the play calling has been absolutely awful with Justin Fields. It's improved a little bit in the middle of the season towards the last couple of weeks. I watched one of the Bears games on all 22 and kind of really took a seat and broke down what's going wrong with them. And I saw multiple times on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 7. They've got Justin Fields just standing in the pocket and just throwing like he's Tom Brady. Like, this dude is one of the most athletic players in football right now. You need to get him on the move in those situations. You need to let him use his strengths. And I'm not saying that he can't throw the ball. All I'm asking for is like bootleg, so he has the option to run, or at least he gives himself more time on the bootleg. He gives the receivers more time to get open down the field off the bootleg. They haven't been doing that nearly enough, and that's been killing this offense before it can even get going on a lot of drives, forcing a lot of 3-and-outs or 6-and-outs. And also, another huge problem with this offense, they don't know how to use their weapons, man. You got Allen Robinson, you got Darnell Mooney, you got Cole Kmet, David Montgomery, now Herbert is a kid who's emerging as someone that could be a force. And it just seems from week to week, it's either Mooney or nothing. Why isn't Cole Kmet getting the ball consistently? We saw what he can do with Justin Fields a couple weeks ago. Why isn't Allen Robinson even playing? Why is Allen Robinson still in Chicago? Let that man go. Didn't they franchise tag him? You franchise tag him to ruin his chances at getting a contract? Was that what the goal was? Because you're not even involving him at all in this offense. There's a reason that Matt Nagy's getting fired before the game even starts. It's because the Bears have zero confidence in Matt Nagy. They have zero confidence in this team at this state that they're in, and there needs to be a huge change. And when you have zero confidence from the top all the way down, that leads to you losing to the Detroit Lions, even if they don't have Jared Goff. The Bears just lost to a backup quarterback last week. Anyways, we're probably not even going to see Justin Fields in this game. It's going to be Andy Dalton. Not that I hate Andy Dalton. I think he's probably one of the better backup quarterbacks in the league. But he's definitely one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the league if he's a starter. I don't see them capping off drives. If they do put drives together with Andy Dalton, he's a guy that can move the sticks a little bit better than Justin Fields. I see a lot of field goals. And the Lions have just been so close to getting that one victory all year long. They have lost or tied in 5 one-possession games so far this year. Week 1, they play San Francisco super tough, lose 41-33, had a shot to get an onside kick and just kicked it straight at them. Didn't even give their players a chance to even recover it.
He's got it from the quickly. On 4th, pressure coming, incomplete.
Then a couple weeks later, they had the Baltimore Ravens on the ropes, bobbling around like a Paul brother. Then Justin Tucker walks up and nails the longest field goal in the history of the sport. I mean, that's the most Lions thing to ever happen.
On its way. It bounces off the crossbar, and it's good. Oh my goodness.
They were down 10 with 3 minutes left in the game against Minnesota, and that nail was basically in the coffin. Then the Vikings miss a kick. Classic Vikings. The Lions crawl back into the game, take the lead by 1 point with like less than a minute left, and they just give up a couple easy passes down the field, and then the Vikings hit a long field goal to beat them.
Joseph to give the Vikings the lead back. It's up there, it's out there, and this time it's through! As time expires!
Then you do finally end the losing streak. You do avoid falling to 0-9, which would be 0-10 now, 2 weeks ago. But then you couldn't cap it off when the Steelers basically tried to gift wrap you a victory. And instead, a damn tie. Which is, in my opinion, kind of more sad than a loss. Then we get to last week. Your defense played a tough, gritty football game. You're going against one of the best running backs and offensive line combos in the league, and Nick Chubb and this Browns O-line. I'm expecting Nick Chubb to rumble and bumble and stumble for 200 yards, and you play tough. Yes, he still has a solid game, but you hold him down to 13 points, and the offense without Jared Goff, because he got hurt this week and couldn't play, with Tim Boyle, the guy who came in for Jared Goff, who Dan Campbell was complaining about a couple weeks ago, couldn't even put up more than 13 points. It's crazy because the defense played amazing the entire game. Held the Browns back, kept this game a low-scoring game the entire game. And then when the Lions hit the field goal to make it 13-10 with about 9 minutes left to go in the game, Browns get the ball back, and they just go on a freaking 15-play, 9-minute drive and kill the entire clock. The Lions defense couldn't get off the field on the last drive after playing a damn near perfect game the rest of it. Whew. All right, that's all of their close ones. That's how many times the Lions have been right here. And I think on Thursday, in the morning, early on in the day, the first game of Week 12 to air, the Detroit Lions come this close, but finally make it happen and beat the Chicago Bears 17-16. Bears miss an extra point at some point in the game, and that costs them the game. The losing streak ends. Matt Nagy gets fired and swept out of Chicago. The wind might just pick him up and blow him away, and he'll just leave on his broom after trying to ruin Justin Fields' career like he did Mitchell Trubisky's. And the Lions get to eat some turkey in the afternoon as winners. Winners. The Detroit Lions will be winners on Thanksgiving.
I gave you fair warning, beware. Smack him in the
Toward the end zone, it is up for the touchdown.
I gave you fair warning, beware. Smack him in the mouth.